Hello, my name is Mary Ellen Walsh, and I am the founder of The Grateful Dog and the Think Like Your Dog teaching philosophy. People have asked me over the years, how come you have such success with dogs? Why do they listen to you? You know, folks, it's because I respect the dogs. I've been working with dogs for over 30 years, and even as a little child, I remember thinking that this is my friend. It was a different kind of belief about dogs, I guess, and it just, probably because I formulated it so young, and it got me results very early with dogs, because I was told early on that I didn't need to worry about being in charge, because I was already in charge, meaning of the dog. All I needed to do was to learn how to think like them. I didn't quite understand the concept until it was further explained to me by my dad, that by the virtue of being born human and the ability to think and create situations and have ideas come to reality, the dogs couldn't do that in the same way, that we needed each other. The dogs and people need one another. And of course, in this scenario, they need us more than we need them. However, to join together to have a relationship with the dog has meant to me, if I understand the dog, I can determine how I should teach him. There are some basic dog rules that they hold within their pack for survival. And just to momentarily clear up a bit of a myth that has been circulating for quite some time now about this alpha dog, the lead dog. Well, the fact of the matter is there is really no hard and fast lead dog. And I've owned as many, as a breeder, of 13 to sometimes 17 Labrador Retrievers. And although there were dogs that were physically stronger than others, there were dogs that were a little more intelligent than others within the pack. There were those that were more playful and those that were more serious. And what they realize innately is that they survive because they work together. They work with one another to make the pack happy. Their play is the same way. For 25 years, I had the wonderful opportunity of watching these dogs play. They played all day long in a very big horse paddock, and they didn't have restrictions of runs and so forth. And this was just my belief that dogs could be together, play. They're packs. That's what they understand. They live in community with one another. They recognize the fact that infighting amongst the pack is not a good idea, that they wanted to keep things quiet and still. There were times of play, and I would watch them. When they played, they developed rules to their games. They used to play a game called Keep Away, where one, and you've seen it, they have a toy and the other guy runs around and someone chases him, and they actually change off. Then the other grabs the toy and off they go again. The thing is, and if you watch your own dog, if you have one, or dogs you've had in the past, dogs have a sense of fair play. They know when they're being treated well. They know that. So this business of lead dog is that they do work together. So now, as a young girl, I'm understanding that I already have the lead position because I'm human. The next step is for me to understand how this dog thinks. How do I reach this dog? How do I have them desire to do what I'd like them to do? And I thought about this long and hard as I was growing up, and I remember thinking that those teachers that taught me, who were motivators, who inspired me, were the ones that I would listen to. They got the most out of me. There were those that challenged me, even that said, I don't know. I don't know if you're capable. And that would motivate me as well. And those are the kinds of techniques that I use when I work with dogs, because I'm looking at what I know are their gifts, their strengths, and their limitations, because we all have them. We all have gifts, strengths, limitations. How do I express that in my dog? Well, when I understand the principles that I use, what I want in my dog is the ability to think about this dog with, that's my dog. I love that. You can pound your chest happy about it. Folks, that's not going to happen so fast in puppyhood. Puppy and dog are two different species. What I mean by that is a puppy in his first year, from Birth to 3 months has a certain set of behaviors. From 3 months to 6 months, another set of behaviors. From 6 months to 9 months, another set of behaviors. 9 to 12 and 12 to 15 months. Each of these increments in a puppy's life is all about growing, learning, developing hopefully self-confidence, which I can help to teach you to have your dog have self-confidence. It is as important in their worlds as self-confidence is in ours. Notice I didn't say arrogance or entitlement. None of those play in the world of training or teaching dogs, okay? It's really about you working together as a team. So recognizing the behaviors, the postures, and remember I said I had all these years to watch my dogs in a pack. And yeah, there was a strong male who had a determined soul, and he walked with elegance and determination and strength. But as I noticed, the females, and this will be no surprise to the lady viewers, that it is the females in the pack that really keep things going. The male postures and walks around. He looks over at the females, and when they give him a thumbs up, he pumps up his chest and says, I've done the right thing. And it's similar to our families. That's what always appealed to me about the wolves when I was a child, because their packs really follow our family structures in the same way. So having said that, if I'm lead and I use my voice, my tone of voice, my touch, my facial expressions, all of these things have a play with my dog. They teach my dog, how is she feeling? One thing I want to point out, your dog, I can guarantee you, watches you more than you watch him or her. They scan us continually. They can read our emotions by the way we stand. And I know for certain that we smell differently when we get upset because our adrenaline is pumping. And when the dog senses that, it senses go into action mode. That's what the dog's brain tells it. Go into action mode. She's afraid. My dad's afraid. My mom's afraid. Protect, provide and protect. So we want to back off of that. You want to understand how your dog sees the world. So when you're walking down the street with your dog, he's not or she's not pulling you, and you appear to the neighbors as if you're a kite. Not necessary. When people come to visit you, it isn't necessary to have your dog jump all over them. I'm all about giving a dog a job. They need a job. Even young puppies can learn to help us. I always say to them, help me, watch me. And when I get their attention, they begin to understand through my tone, my touch, the way I use my posture to say to them, you are important. You can learn this. But there's a technique to teaching a dog that they understand. We don't want to fire away at them and have them listen to me sending a barrage of words their way. They simply can't process all of that. So the golden rule is treating the dog the way I would like to be treated. That always works. It'll help you in your process too. And if you have a young dog, if I can teach you how this stage of your young puppy's life and your teenage dog, which is around the 6 month to 12 to 15 month stage of a puppy's life. They are still puppies. They have typically at that point a mature dog body because dogs grow to their full size in 12 months. They continue to mature out. It's the difference between a teenager and an adult person. But all the while they're growing, they are as many times as conflicted about who they are as we all were when we were children and then teenagers. So when you're dealing with adolescents, there's a lot, usually adolescent pups, teenage puppies, there's a lot of drama involved. And of course some breeds are more dramatic than others. But that's charming, that's who they are. Let's learn, let me teach you how to turn that into positive energy and positive outcome. It's like you and I, anybody that can motivate us, we can do this, and they can, and you can. This isn't some complex technique. This is something that is simple, the Think Like Your Dog philosophy. It is simple, it is quiet, it is calm, it is definitely assertive, and guess what, folks? I'm 5'4", and you don't have to be a big person with a deep, booming voice. quite the contrary. When I really need puppies, especially to listen to me, I whisper. When I whisper, I always get their attention. So if you're interested in more, there will be more videos coming. I hope you'll keep checking back from time to time. In the future, we're going to be introducing what we're calling our Masters class, where you'll be able to sign up and have videos to review, conversations with me, etc. That's all in the working stages right now, and I'll be happy to announce that when it's ready. But please take your time, enjoy the website, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Fill in the box on the contact page and send us an email. I'd love to help you out to see your world through your dog's eyes. Thank you.